Welcome to the Horror Basement, Tennessee Horror News Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Johnny Leroy. And as always, we got Jim Jam here with us.
Jim Jam here.
Alright guys, so just so you don't forget, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. This will be on also...
Horror Amino.
Yes, Horror Amino. And this podcast will be on everything.
SoundCloud.
Google Play, iTunes, Stitcher Radio,
Blueberry,
whatever the hell that is. But YouTube, of course. So
hey, we got a Patreon. He'll give us some money.
Yeah, so like, share, subscribe. Hit us up. And on today's podcast, we got Brooke Lewis, Miss Vampy. Haven't got to see any of the Vampy movies, just throwing that out there ahead of time. This was like a really quick...
setup interview.
Yeah, pretty much. But
and next week we got the one, the only, Chop Top, Bill Moseley. So
that should be a good one too. So stay tuned for
another
that.
one from the Death House franchise thing, whatever. Yeah. Oh yeah, it is the franchise, isn't it? It's gonna be. Yeah,
pretty much. And but Brooke Lewis, check her out, and she's made short films and
can't talk about those.
They're theatrical films but Scream Queen.
Yep.
I'm sure some of y'all have heard of her, I would imagine.
Oh yeah.
So away we go. Alright guys, so
had to get the dancing. Yeah, we had to get the dancing out of there.
We had to get the dancing out of
there.
Brooke Lewis here with us today.
Who's dancing to some of her music?
Scream Queen.
Fucking party.
But oh my God, Jim Jam's crazy over here. Wanted the intro.
They are crazy. Hi guys. Hi everybody listening. These guys are crazy. Jim Jam and Donnie, they are dancing to my song. And from what I heard, ladies, they both like to shake the booty because they are booty guys over here.
Shit. Crazy. But,
well, I'm the boob guy. Johnny's the booty guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there you go. That's why he like Killer Rack.
Yes.
But speaking of Killer Rack, so me and Jim Jam, we got to watch the Slime City Massacre, Killer Rack. We're going to talk about that and a couple of your short films that you're actually on circuit or festivals, I guess you'd say, right?
So they're top secret.
Yes. No spoiler alerts. You promise. No spoiler alerts on the short. Yes, we are like in the thick of it right now, doing the whole film festival circuit and the award shows. It's been awesome.
Hell yeah, that's great. So I guess Psychotherapy is the one is the one that you're traveling with right now.
That we are. That's the one that is just being introduced to the audiences and the viewers right now. We just at the beginning of 2017 submitted to, we wrapped the film end of 2016 and we submitted to the festivals and award shows for 2017. So we have been so blessed already. It's been a wild run. All the listeners and anybody who's in indie film and in horror or thriller or whatever genres you do, it just tends to seem to be either hit or miss with a project. And then things happen. You don't even know they're going to happen. Like the other short you guys watched, which we'll talk about later, Sprinkles, and that was directed by Roger A. Sheck, who's a wonderful young director, starred opposite Don Danielson in that one. And like that one, 5-6 years old now, and yet people are coming to me asking me if I have any good film work and good acting work, and I'm submitting these again, and we're winning awards on that one as well. So you just never know. And so Psychotherapy, which we had mentioned off air, is sort of that follow-up for me as an actress to the Sprinkles from 5 years ago. And so we are really just blowing up in the film circuit, and we're so blessed. And yeah, it's going to be for anyone listening, it's going to be a really fun 2017 for my crew and I, and we'll get into all the names in a minute. But we're really excited. I mean, we hit the ground running in January, I think it was, the Mediterranean MedFest in Italy, Sicily.
Man.
Already gave
Worldwide.
us like so many. Yes, internationally, like all of these amazing honors. Our wonderful, wonderful writer-director, Stacey Lane Wilson, she won Best Idea, like for the script, for writing, for the short, I mean, overall, not just for short films, you know. And then we also won Best Thriller. We also won Best Overall Ensemble Acting with myself and Ricky Dean Logan, who plays my scene partner, who's amazing in this, and Emily Sansiri, and just an incredible, incredible group. And our other producer, Bryce Campbell. So it was just extraordinary. And so we are like at the beginning stages of, I can't say too much. I will shout out, you're the first to hear. We just found out that we're going to screen at a festival in Vegas. So we'll keep you posted on that one too. A lot going on.
Don't get too wild in Vegas, but what happens in Vegas stays there, right?
Yeah.
That's right. I love Vegas.
Well, besides the awards that you win. Right?
Yes.
So psychotherapy, without giving anything away, I enjoyed it.
Yes.
I mean,
it was.
I had thought one thing and then was like, well, is it? And so I
the back and forth.
Yeah, the back and forth of, you know, thinking what you think and then without trying to ruin anything.
Then you get the
no spoilers. Well, you know what it is? It's both the thing I love, and a lot of people now have seen Sprinkles because it's played over the years at the festivals, especially genre festivals and stuff, and action festivals, because it's not a horror. Neither of those shorts are horror per se, but they have horrific elements. They're more psychological thrillers. And the thing with both of them that I love, and I think you were going to say, is like they're both sort of like a woman scorned type of product. And also the thing I love is that they both have a twist. And I love that. I'm very much, as a filmmaker and as, you know, a creative artist, like, I love the old Agatha Christie and Hitchcock. I'm such a Hitchcock fan. And more recently, both Stacey and I are obsessed with Brian De Palma movies. So I love that element of the twist, you know, and the mystery of it.
Seems like twists are the way to go anyway, so it's always good. Like the infamous Felissa Rose twist at the end of Sleepaway Camp.
Dude, you just read my mind. I swear, like, I'm not psychic, but you just took the words out of my mouth. And I mean, I was a little girl when that came out. And, like, I remember that was one of the first horror films I think I watched. And when we got, like, you know, it eventually got, like, a VHS or whatever, VCR. Yes. And that's what makes that movie so good. And I love her, by the way.
Yeah, I just want to throw in there a little cheap promo for us. We interviewed her not too long ago.
He's always doing this.
No, it's cool. I'm a big Felissa fan. We've known each other for a million years since New York City, and she's great.
Oh, yeah. She's a really nice person. Well,
yeah, sweet as can be. Mm-hmm.
Like with the twist, like in Sprinkles, because, I mean, we can ruin some of this, right? Or...
don't give away the twist. Oh. Don't give away the twist.
Well, because that's what I wasn't expecting is the ending of that one. I was just like, what?
See? Yeah, that's like a top... I think it's, you know, and I've watched people watch it in the theaters at all the festivals and stuff. Like, we showed it again at Zedfest, too. I just adore those guys, Wendy and Ed, and we played that back in November of last year again. And I love to watch the people's faces in the theater because they're just, like, in shock at that moment. Like, no one expects that one to come, you know? That one's a real interesting spoiler.
Yeah, what is it like watching a crowd react to your movie or film?
Honestly, that is part of what I love the most, you know, other than the actual art of the acting, because I just love acting so very much. But if outside of that, it makes me so happy. Like, you know, obviously even at an indie film level, I have a lot of fans that I'm blessed with. And, you know, when they compliment the films and the product and the work and, you know, the script and the story, and that makes me so happy. And when you know that people are reacting, especially in a positive way, because believe me, I've done some films that people have not responded to in a positive way. We all have at some point, you know, but when they respond in a positive way, and I can see, you know, expressions don't lie. People can lie when they talk, but expressions and behavior, that doesn't lie. So when I see people and I see their faces and I see that shock value, it's awesome, because then we know we did our job.
Oh yeah, I say it has to be pretty awesome. And yeah.
Well, do you think you enjoy that because you've done stage acting, correct?
Yes, I started my career, oh gosh, in high school. I was doing musicals and in college, and then I went straight to New York at 21, and I did Tony and Tina's Wedding, which was my first, I quote, little big break, which was great because I was making a living as an actress for 3 years, right out of college at a young age, making great money. And it was an equity show in New York, and I was working with celebrities, and it was my first sort of venture into the real New York acting community, and it was amazing.
Well, what was it? Do you think like you really enjoy people's reactions? Because in stage acting, you get it directly, like right then. I mean, I don't know if that makes sense, but
you're 100% correct.
Like you're up there live and you see that reaction. It has to be. That feeling has to be crazy.
And that's what's so scary because when you're performing live, you know in every moment if you flopped or bombed a joke or a line, and there's no script supervisor like on a film to feed you that line, they're like behind stage maybe, but like you're on your own, you're drowning, and you need to that's why I think stage acting is so much more challenging than film and TV in different ways, I would have to say, since I've done it all at this point in TV and sitcom work. Like, I think stage acting in its own right is just, you have to be on the top of your game. You can't, I've worked with some brilliant film actors who couldn't remember their lines worth a shit, and but yet in editing and at the end, they pulled it off because they're just good actors. But you've got people helping you along the way. You can call cut, the director can call cut, and you can start back over again. You don't get that opportunity when you're live. So it's a scary thing.
Yeah, I'd probably freak out. I mean, honestly, I'd probably freak out. I'd be like, and then if I really messed up, I'd just end up I'd just probably just walk off stage and just quit. Directly out the exit. I'm sorry.
I think anyone who has any kind of anxiety, which I do, it's a challenging thing for. And I have to be honest, what I did, at 20 years ago even, or 15 years ago even, I don't know that I look back sometimes and I'm like, God, I was fearless. I was so fearless, I don't know if I could even do those things now. You know what I mean? I used to do shows in Vegas and Atlantic City at the casinos, at the comedy lounges, and not stand-up comedy, no way. But Psycho Beach Party, which, was a big off-Broadway play, and then we got picked up and went down to the casinos to do it at the comedy club. And, I think about what I did and my character, who was hilarious and crazy and rolling around on the stage physically, and I could never do that now. I wouldn't have the courage to do it.
I wouldn't have the courage. I don't know, I guess that's the stage fright, I guess, more or less, public speaking. But I guess if you got into character, maybe if it was a character actor, and I guess maybe I could do it, but it'd be hard. Really hard.
It is hard. It's definitely hard. And you have to be really calm and really present. It's hard. And that's why I don't do it anymore. I'm telling you, I don't. I mean, I've been in LA for 15 years, and people ask me all the time, why don't you go do some more theater here? There are lulls in actors' careers, and I'm like, I'm not working right now, and they're like, I'm not getting offered any good roles. I just turned down 3 scripts. And everyone's like, go do a play. I'm like, I would rather eat poison at this point in my career. Honestly, I don't think I have it in me.
Wow.
So it changes.
Yeah, I guess as you've moved on, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Listen, let's not. I mean, look, if I get a TV series again and become really famous, and and they said to me, "Will you do this Broadway musical or show?" I'm sure I would. Let's be honest here, but it would have to take. I don't know. It would take a lot of courage, and I don't know if I have it, and I don't know if I have the energy and commitment. Making a film is hard enough. But doing a play and having to know all those lines in one moment, and that's a tough one. So kudos to any theater actors out there. You're amazing.
This is in middle school. I did a play, and I was terrified.
Mm-hmm.
He probably played the tree.
No, it was a Titanic play.
You played the ship?
Oh my gosh.
I played the owner of or the builder of the Titanic, or whatever his name was.
So you failed.
Yeah, I failed miserably. Then I didn't have.
I remember that character in the movie. And then
killed everybody.
Kill yourself at the end, didn't he? Oh no, he died, right? Didn't he like walk into the water or whatever? He did?
Something like that. 'Cause he knew that if he would have lived, it would have been, he would have got ridiculed so badly.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, it was terrifying.
Well, let's move on to the couple movies that we got to see.
Yes, please do.
Jim Jam watched Slime City Massacres. I watched Killer Rack. Killer Rack, I knew it was a horror comedy going in, but and I chuckled and I laughed, through it.
It's so funny. It's so campy and over the top.
Over the top.
Greg will say it. Paul will say it. Yeah, we all know that. Debbie and I laugh. It's so campy and over the top, and I think that's what makes it.
Yeah, because it was just like, I would see what they're doing. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious? They're going to go.
I saw the trailer for it. I didn't get to watch it yet. I will. Don't something come out of the boobs?
Oh, it's a monster.
Oh, it's a monster in the boobs?
They are the killers.
Yeah, they're the killers. And
I do the voiceover.
Yes, she does the voiceover. Yes. You have to see. Oh my God, it really reminded me, now that I'm thinking of it, of Little Shop of Horrors.
See? And wait, you're going to die. Ready? Okay, so I can't believe you just said that, because Killer Rack just got picked up in Buffalo, New York, where it was shot, by a theater there, and they're doing it as a musical, and they are comparing it to Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, I could see that.
You nailed it.
I could see
right?
that because the Killer Rack itself, really, with the teeth, I mean, and the way it moved, I could, oh man.
You can see it singing?
So
you
silly.
can see it singing. Yeah, because it was
But
silly.
here's the thing I
love.
love.
Silly.
It's so silly. But here's the thing I love about it, and honestly, and I am a huge Greg Lamberson fan. I just love working with him. He's so smart. He's so smart. And what I loved about it, when he came to me, he's like, look, I don't know if you're going to do this. It's a film. I found the script. Paul McGinnis wrote it. It's called Killer Rack. It's so in the vein of what I love, and I have to direct it. And he sent it. I was like, are you kidding me, Greg? With a title like that? Are you kidding me? And he's like, just read it. I read it, and here's what I love. I was in. He's like, I want like a Mae West. You're like a little sex pot Mae West. I want that sort of sexy voice, which they then did like the reverb on or whatever. But like, and I loved it because the subtext, and that's what I love about Greg Lamberson films, the subtexts are so wild because they always have a deeper meaning. And what I loved about this, as campy and crazy as it is, the subtext is really about like women and what we go through and body image and how, this young, beautiful, naturally beautiful girl is being, turned down from jobs and rejected by the construction workers who are catcalling other women on the street who have big fake boobs, and she's just like not getting the attention because she's flat-chested. And then she goes to the extreme and wants to have a boob job, and then she meets the Dr. Thulu, who is Debbie Rochon, who I thought she was brilliant in that role. I love her. And she has this Lovecraftian, crazy sort of they're like, it's like a witchcraft thing that they're implanted, and they're like demon boobs taking over like world domination. But what I love again is it's funny because we got like trashed by one female organization that was like, this is demeaning to women. No, it's actually the opposite, because I don't get involved in projects that are demeaning to women, because that's something I speak about, I life coach about. I talk to young actresses in Hollywood every day. I struggle with body image issues. So that's important to me. And no, it is not demeaning to women. It's actually the message of, instead of being happy with who you are and what you look like, that what you were born with, you're going out to these extremes to have all the surgery, and then you might not get what you wish for. And now here you get something crazy.
She didn't get what she wished for. That's for sure. But I mean, it did have a positive message. I could see, because I was sitting there thinking the one guy Tim and of course you could tell he loved the girl, and just Betty, or Betsy as the boss called her.
Betty.
The boss called her Betsy. Everybody called her Betsy, but her name's Betty because she had small boobs. Jim Jam. They didn't know her name. I don't know. I can see. I enjoyed it, but like, it was just over the top funny. Like,
totally over the top, and I think it's a film that like every college boy should get drunk and watch this fraternity house. I mean, we know that this wasn't like rocket science, so it is what it is. And I think you mentioned before it's in the vein of a trauma film, and I couldn't agree more. And we have this fabulous Lloyd Kaufman who's hilarious in this and singing and dancing, and it's just for if you want 90 minutes or whatever it is of laughs and fun silliness, rent it, buy it, do it.
Yeah, and plus it had the whole Lethal Weapon, I'm retiring in a week, the two cops. I was just like, are you...
I love those guys, Bartles and James.
Yeah.
I love Bartles and James. They were so good.
Holy shit, they're going there.
Yep.
I don't know. And of course it threw some, I guess, Easter eggs in there from Slime City Massacre with the...
That's what's so cool. Yeah, that's what I love, too, about that Greg does.
With the home elixir.
Right? Yeah, and when you get into, like, because Roy Frumkes and that whole crew, like, when you really watch Slime City Massacre, I mean, there's all these references to street trash and what was the other, basket case? Was that it? Like, and those are before our time. Like, I've never seen them, but, like, they're so great at quoting stuff from those really old school B movies.
Jim Jam, he got to watch the Slime City Massacres.
Yeah, it was. it was out there. It was awesome. Though. It was. I don't know.
Just go ahead and say it.
Say it.
It was fucked.
I don't get offended easily. Trust me.
It was fucked.
The woman had a vagina on her stomach, guys. Just say it, Jim Jam.
Again. Scream Queen extraordinaire. She yes. I mean,
Did she have prosthetic boobs on there?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything was prosthetic. They've got for like a micro budget film stuff. Those guys are dealing with some amazing effects artists out there in Buffalo, New York. So I want to make sure I give props to them too. And and I'm so biased to that film because I had done prior to that what put me on the map as the Scream Queen was doing Polycarp with Michael Pare and Charles Durning and Brandon Slagle, and it was much more. I had done like $1 million mystery thrillers more so, and then Eye Murders that Robbie Bryan wrote and directed, which is another big mystery thriller with Gabrielle Anwar and Frank Grillo from Purge Anarchy or one of the Purges, and then Billy D. Williams and Margaret Colin and Terry Colombino. I mean, the list was, and Tony Todd. Hello, he and I starred in it as detective partners. Washington Romano. It's funny, I was just with him Friday night, and William Forsythe. I mean, films like that I had done. I hadn't really ventured into the world of the low budget, micro budget, campy stuff yet. And then all of a sudden, when I started to become, they were calling me a Scream Queen, and this is back in 10 years ago. And then I got an offer to do, I will segue back, then I did Ford Austin, the amazing Ford Austin directed me in Dahmer versus Gacy, which that was one of my favorite roles, albeit a supporting small role, one of my favorite roles I've ever gotten to play. The Evangelist, Tammy Hart. You guys definitely need to check that one out too when you can. And then Greg Lamberson had contacted me early on to do Slime City Massacre. And funny, he had offered me, a couple of different roles, and I happened to be mostly drawn to Nicole, the prostitute from 1959, who was more of a supporting lead than a lead. And then lo and behold, this little movie that could, which just got another re-release from awesome Camp Motion Pictures in December on Blu-ray, totally new distributor and worldwide. And this little movie that could ended up winning me the B-Movie Golden Cob Award for Scream Queen of the Year 2010, for 2009 actually, but I won it in 2010. So you just never know, so it's like, I was like, wow, this is my first venture into this, and like, you're right. I mean, that movie is another one that's over the top, that has crazy kills, great effects for a low-budget film, and a really cool subtext storyline. But remember, it also had a built-in fan base, and that's one of the reasons I really wanted to do it, because Slime City was a cult classic from 1988, and this is like the 20-year reunion. And Greg's like, I want to make a sequel.
Oh.
See, I need to watch.
So that's how that all happened.
I need to watch the original one then too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched the sequel.
Yeah, it
before.
explains a lot.
Because like with the slime, we Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was a kid, I had a few comics, whatever I could get. I mean, we live in a small town, so getting comics wasn't as easy as everywhere, but especially toxic. I remember having the comics, watching the show, the movies, and I think it was even a cartoon.
You're thinking something else.
No, I'm pretty.
It might have been. I mean, that was a huge trauma piece. That and
yeah, but
didn't
I
they do
loved
like
Toxic Avenger. But
you liked it?
Yeah, I loved it. I don't know why, but at that time as a kid, it's just like this is so weird and so cool. But I was also a fan of Swamp Thing too. So.
Oh, me too. I love that movie.
The weird characters, like I don't know.
What'd you say?
Swamp Thing.
Oh yeah.
The weird characters.
Swamp Thing.
It's like all that. Like
that
I
ain't
like
trauma, is it?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, it's just. But the Swamp Thing is messed up too, just like Toxic Avenger is.
Kind of feels like it's on the same.
Yeah, like with he's an ugly character, but he's helping. People are afraid of him. Same way with Toxic Avenger. I guess that's maybe.
And that was Adrienne Barbeau. That's like, listen, let me tell you. I mean, Swamp Thing back in the day, and I was little, and I loved it. That was Wes Craven, dude. That was like, and Adrienne Barbeau and Ray Wise, and I mean, that was like cult classic, serious, mainstream, like theatrical stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, man, could you imagine being Swamp Thing? As a kid, I don't know why.
Right? Yeah. No, I love that movie. I
remember back in the day when I was a kid would watch in the summer and you watch Up All Night and stuff, and they would play. Wouldn't they play Toxic Avenger and stuff like that?
Yeah.
They would play the campy stuff, wouldn't they?
Yeah. See, I guess that's growing up and remembering all that. That's when I think of the slime city and the trauma and all that. Like it's just throwing it back and forth in between.
I think USA needs to come back with that. They need to bring back Up All Night.
You never know.
Yep.
But back
you never know.
So.
Or the internet will. Some internet network will.
Yeah.
True.
But yeah, and again, I stand behind. I'm so honest. You guys know that. Like, listen, Slime City Massacre. A Scorsese movie? Of course not. But I've done. I was one of many producers in a huge supporting role in Sinatra Club, which is a couple $1 million film with big names, bigger name stars and what have you. But like, we know what it is. We don't claim that these films are anything other than what they are. And Slime City Massacre, again, what I do like about it, what I stand behind, and I know we were talking about this before off air, is the subtext. Like, Greg has a knack for choosing scripts or writing scripts that have amazing subtext stories and address different issues. Like, anyone who really goes back, and if you guys watch Slime City Massacre, and if you've seen it, go back and watch it again, the subtext, like we talked about, from politics to Canada versus the U.S. to gentrification, drug addiction, pregnancy, all of it, prostitution. I mean, there's so many things that he covers in a very subtle, smart way, and that's what I love about it. Not to bag on any other films, but I hope that even when I choose lower budget stuff to do, micro budget stuff to do, that there's always some smart component there, and that even, and that it's somehow at least well directed, and that I stand behind 100%. Like, Greg does great directing work on these films, just like Fort Austin with Dahmer versus Gacy. Again, over the top, campy, funny films. And again, these were 10 years ago, my first real venture into the low budget horror world, and I'm so grateful. So grateful.
One of the things in the movie, I guess I don't know if it was the ectoplasma yogurt or the wine, but once they drunk it, instant horny. They were just all over each other. And then as they were going on and stuff, started getting slime all over them. Like,
yes,
it's like it was oozing out of them or something. I'm like,
yes, it's part of the whole addiction thing. Mm-hmm.
So what was that stuff they used for that?
The slime.
The slime, yeah.
It
looked like petroleum jelly with food color. Maybe a little.
No clue.
Well, people make slime. So
no clue.
It probably wasn't that, because it was actually looked kind of runny, so
like
it couldn't
corn
have been
starch.
Yeah.
The girl in the bathtub, she just like completely went down to
nothing.
Slime,
like the
and it was just her face. It was.
The Debbie Rochon in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's good
Debbie
special
Rochon.
effects then.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it definitely had good effects for like she said. Was it a micro budget?
like $100,000 film. That's what I'm saying. Like, anybody who's out there, you know, the listeners, and I know you guys have a lot of listeners who are indie filmmakers, we all know to be able to pull something like that off at that budget, and granted, again, nobody's claiming that we're, you know, competing with $1 million films, but to pull off what Greg pulls off and what that Buffalo crew pulls off on these films for very little is extraordinary. And everybody out there knows it. We all know we've seen a million horror films that are $100,000 films where you look like you took ketchup and poured it on someone's head.
Yeah.
You know, so that's all. I'm not being biased because I'm involved in these projects. I'm just being honest. Like, we've seen it. You guys have seen it a million times. Come on, you review so many films that, let's be honest. I mean, some of them look like they were made in a kitchen, you know, and that, no. You know, and again, I know you guys have more horror listeners than sci-fi, but another shout out real quickly I want to give to one of my directors who I just love to death too is Neil Johnson, who wrote an amazing piece in the Starship series that I did, Starship Rising, Starship Apocalypse. And I only bring it up because if anyone is a sci-fi fan and likes spaceship movies and stuff, what this man does on a low budget with CGI and with, like, you truly feel and look like you are in space, you know? And so props to all these awesome low budget filmmakers who pull this stuff off.
I like space movies, so I'll have to try to check that out.
Speaking of your space movie,
yeah.
PS4, Star Wars.
Oh yeah, Star Wars. Yeah, I got a Star Wars piece.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Anyways, but so, like, besides on tour with the film festival tour, are you working on anything new, like with the acting or currently?
That's a great question. It's funny, I have a couple scripts sitting on my desk right now that I am about to read, and hopefully will love one of them. I have another director friend who just sent me a script a couple weeks ago that she wants me to star in, that I gave her tons of script notes for. It's another, like, mystery kind of thriller, which is my bag. I love that, as you guys know. Like, the whole, again, what kind of created my thriller horror career was the Polycarp one and I Murders. And big shout out to, just so you know, to Robbie Bryan, my director of I Murders. Friday night we had his film, the new film, which he just got a theatrical release for, called The Eyes, so I'll shout out. And we were with Robbie and his wife Christy, our producers, everybody, and Tony Todd Candyman. We took all the pictures. You can see it on social media. We were with everybody on Friday night, Dan Wolken and our whole I Murders crew. So that was amazing. Anyway, back to reading scripts for thrillers. So I'm attached to a couple films, and some I can talk about, some I can't. And you guys know how that goes. Any listeners too? Look, right? I mean, I've been attached. I've been attached to films for 10 years. Yes, you can. But I've been attached to some of these films for 10 years, and we just keep praying that they get the financing and that they get made. And yeah, I mean, I'm supposed to work with Jonathan Moody, who we all adore, who's down in Virginia, on Scavenger, and I'm actually doing a really cool, I think I can shout out to this, but I'm going to, another great director, Marcus Redman. I'm doing his TV pilot talk show panel, so it's not horror, but we're shooting that April 23rd, and that's awesome. It's like a film panel show, and it's but it's like uncensored. So that's super cool, right? Yeah. And then I just talked to my director, Mark Klebanoff, who I acted in his film Break and Gerald and The Morning, which is another amazing sci-fi thriller. And I was with them Friday night, and the gorgeous Dominique Swain. So we're all talking about doing another film together. And Neil Johnson and I are talking about doing another project together. And I just, I'm really lucky when you find great people to work with, and you are professional and hopefully do the best job you can, you get to work with these people again. And Drew McInerney, who's like my little brother from Philly, he has a film called Half New Year that I've been attached to for a couple of years, and they're finishing getting financing for that. That's awesome, but that's also more like a coming of age, like sort of dark comedy and dramedy, we'll say. I mean, I'm attached to so many things that I just hope will get finance soon, But other than that, like I said, this year we're just going crazy with psychotherapy. We're so blessed, and we'll be showing it hopefully in the fall at a lot of the big horror and genre festivals. And then I'm also touring and promoting both my books. So shameless plug right now, or shameful plug, coaching from a Professed Hot Mess, which is my award-winning coaching book, which is super fun. Any girls out there, get it. And then my Ms. Vampy's Teen Talk, there's a lot of palette in the choices, which is my book for teen girls, which goes along with my Ms. Vampy's show, Vamp It Out, which is a TV series that is in development right now and in talks from smaller networks that I can't really talk about on air, but that has all positive messages for teen girls with my Ms. Vampy comedic Brooklyn vampire with a heart of gold character. So, who's sort of like an Elvira meets Mona from My Cousin Vinny meets the Nanny, and there's a lot going on. I mean, so like that's, you know, at this point in my life and career, I'm so blessed. It's not just about the movies. It's about the books. It's about my branding of my clothing and my makeup. I have a branding deal with my partner, Allison, Metal Babe Mayhem, Allison Metal Babe Cohen, Metal Babe Mayhem, and she's awesome. We have a clothing line out. We do brands where we have Brooke Lewis Scream Queen, which are so cool. If any of your listeners go to my website, you can click on and you can get 20% off with all the codes on there. So we've got those. We've got a Ms. Vampy shirt. We have a Hot Mess shirt for any women who, you know, to go with my book. And these are like really great high quality products, like clothing stuff, you know. Then Tosh Cosmetics came. She's my angel. Tosh, you know, over there, Tosh Cosmetics, and she branded lines with me for both Ms. Vampy for teen girls. We've got sparkly eyeshadows. We've got everything, you name it. And then we also do a Profess Your Hot Mess. Yes, Profess Your Hot Mess makeup line for grown women. Everything's all natural, hypoallergenic, and packaged with love, because Tosh and I are all about love.
Anything for bald men?
There you go.
You're busy. Very busy person.
I came for the end. I'm telling you, I am like a real vampire. Like, Ms. Vampy is alive and well because I don't sleep, and I am just like working. So I think at this point, you know, when you get to be a certain age and you know, you're like, okay, so I've made 1 million films and, you know, I don't have a TV series right now, but I'm working on it, and you don't want to sit around and wait. Like, I'm not a person who sits around and waits. You know, I'm always in action, and I'm always trying to make stuff happen. I don't want to say trying. I'm always doing. I'm a doer. And so I've got a lot of irons in the fire. And would I love more films? Yeah. Tell all your Tennessee filmmakers down there to bring me in. You know, and it's so funny too. I'll just like, I feel like I was at this big premiere on Friday night, you know, and I ran into a filmmaker who I love, who's a horror filmmaker, and he was like, you know, we're doing this, we're doing that. I'm like, how come you're not casting me? Like, are you not a fan of my work? And that's okay. There are people that are going to think I'm a horrible actress, and sometimes I am. And then there's people who think I'm a wonderful actress. And I think, as you guys have seen in Psychotherapy, because Stacey wrote me such an extraordinary role, you know, when given the right role and the right direction, I'm pretty good, you know. And so people are like, I'm like, well, how come you're not casting me? And they're like, he's like, oh, we can't afford you. And that seems to be another trend and theme I find with a lot of the indie filmmakers, like, we can't afford you. And people should really take a chance. Yeah, like, take a chance and ask, because if it's a good script and a good role for me, that's all I care about. You know, I'm not going to work for free. Hell no, I haven't done that since I was like 19, you know. But, like, would I take a pay cut for a great role? Absolutely.
Yeah, because that puts your, if the film gets picked up or notoriety gets brought to that film, well, your name's in it. I mean, that can't hurt.
Not at all. And even more importantly, just a good, I mean, because all my my films that I've done have distribution. I mean, that's, you know, a given. But, like, I need to sink my teeth into a great role as an actress. That's all I want.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I'm $1 million or more. I'm a snob.
Per day.
It's gonna cost. It's gonna cost $1 million if you want me.
Yeah, right.
Per day.
Per day.
That's your day rate, dude.
Day
yeah.
rate.
Oh yeah.
I'd be over there like, well, as long as you give me snacks, I guess I could do it.
That's your law. Your law is you have to have great craft service.
Yeah. $25 a day, great craft service. I'm just kidding.
Feed me. We'll work for food.
Yeah. I mean, but you gotta think though, some of the actors like out there, like especially Hollywood, barely making money, if anything at all. If you got fed, you'd probably be on the set, be like, yeah, I'm ready to go.
Well, I don't know about that at this point in my career. I think, you know, like, I mean, we have to, you know, we're I mean, I've been a working actress on and off for almost 20 years, but like, but again, nowadays you are 100% right. I mean, some of my friends I've worked with that are were huge stars in the 80s, 90s, are still well-known actors doing TV spots. Their pay cuts have been extreme because everybody needs work. Everybody just wants to keep working. We want to do what we love, And the other trend, as you guys know, is everybody's getting the hell out of Hollywood. Oh, my friends are working nonstop. My girl, one of my besties, Denise Gossett, she's working more in Florida and Atlanta and New Orleans than ever. I mean, she's killing it.
Is it because of the taxes, though?
Yeah, that's what exactly. I was in Atlanta.
It's so high.
I was in Atlanta about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and the Uber driver told us that a lot of movie companies are moving to Atlanta because Georgia is giving huge tax breaks to movie companies.
Absolutely. They have more stuff filming right now in Atlanta, almost, other than TV, than they do in LA. And Tyler Perry opened all his studios and took over the whole city, and they call it Hollywood South.
Yeah, there you
go.
So
I'm telling you, I have friends who now got like apartments down there, kept their apartments in LA, and they're going back and forth.
I don't think you want to do that because, it's hot as fuck.
Well, it's called Hotlanta for a reason.
Hotlanta, yeah.
Hotlanta, yeah. Okay, Tyler Perry, call me when you film in January. I don't think it works that way, though.
Because you got a lot of hair, so I bet it frizzes like crazy if it gets too.
Hell yeah! And I don't look very pretty. That's when Brooke Lewis looks like a poodle.
Shit.
No.
I wanna ask about something or say something. You're from Philadelphia, right?
Yeah, I'm originally.
And you obviously, the vampy thing. You got the accent from New York, Jersey, and all that.
Yes, she's actually from Brooklyn.
Okay, well, I was thinking, kind of like a thriller / horror type movie of Housewives of Jersey.
Do it, make it. I'll be in it and I'll star in it. Do it. I love it.
Vamp Wives of Jersey.
Hell yeah.
Do it. I love it. In fact, I'm surprised. I wonder if anybody's done that yet. I almost feel like, like they did. How about when they did it like Jersey Shark Attack and stuff?
Oh, shit. Yeah.
I mean, they have made some Jersey horror films,
Well, isn't the Jersey Devil there or something?
Yeah, the Jersey Devil.
That's hockey, yeah.
No, the Jersey Devil.
There's supposed to be actual...
Oh, the actual real Jersey Devil?
Yeah.
Probably.
Whatever that damn thing is.
Probably.
I think it stands on 2 legs and has wings and whatever.
Yeah. Well,
but no, and down in Florida, I mean, you were...
I've been known for great ideas, so yeah. Feel free.
Feel free.
Do it. Get your friends to make it, and I'll come down and act in it. But yeah, I mean, again, like all your buddies are working down in Florida. I mean, there's a ton of stuff shooting down in Florida.
I guess if they want to get good stuff, I guess they necessarily ain't got to do ocean stuff, but because you got Orlando and stuff that ain't got ocean in it, but.
That's hot there too.
Yeah,
very hot.
We went to Orlando in October, and it was.
You do?
Yeah, we did.
You went to? You did?
Yeah, we went to done the Halloween Horror Nights last year. Hot as fuck. I asked the cab driver going toward. I said, "When is it ever cool here?" I said, "When is it cool here?" He says, "Never wary."
Yeah, never wary.
Wow, that's funny. That's hilarious. Actually, I think isn't it cooler in Florida like January, February, and then it starts to.
Cool to them is
get hot again.
55 degrees, and then they're putting on.
Well, yeah, because it's tropical.
Yeah, so it's 55 degrees here. We're in t-shirts and shorts, and just like thank God.
I had a buddy go on a cruise. He went on a cruise and he had to fly to Miami. When they was in Miami, it was like 40 degrees there for that time. He said them people were in parkas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I had a buddy that told me that he's from Miami. He was like, if it gets 55 or below, the big Miami Dolphin jackets like you see people wear in the wintertime, they got them on. Yeah.
So we're running around in t-shirts and the t-shirts and shorts.
Totally.
50 degree. Well, we get December. We're getting 70 degree.
Yeah, it's pretty
Christmas and all that. Yeah,
we're way off track.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah.
we get way
off track.
We get way off track.
It's okay.
Trust me, we all know it. Everybody's dealing with crazy weather. We are too in Hollywood. It's nuts here. It's like 90 degrees one day, 60 degrees the next. It's crazy.
I guess y'all just be happy to get rain.
Well, we had rain from December through March. I mean, it rained like 3 months straight here.
Well, that's good, though.
Never done that.
Well, I mean,
what the LA River look like after that? Was it flooded?
I know, right? And the worst part is people here in rain, even if it's drizzling, can't drive for shit.
It's like snow here. See, if we get a dusting of snow, people think, well,
bread. They got to go to the store and buy all the bread and milk.
Well, yeah, the town's going to
yes,
bread, milk, and
eggs.
lock
themselves in the house, right?
Yeah, but if they get out on the road and it's like an inch of snow, it's like, well, I need to do 80 miles an hour down the interstate. It's like, it's snow. Slow down.
Funny.
They don't know how to drive. Wrecks are everywhere. It's like all you gotta do is slow down.
Oh, and we got this trend now in my area. They're letting schools out for severe weather alerts.
Oh, well, tornadoes. I mean,
We didn't do that in school.
Well, kids.
We just had to tuck our heads between our legs.
Yeah, that's
and
what we said.
We gonna ride this bitch
out.
Get out by the hallway. Get in the lockers.
Yeah.
Tuck your head down.
Yeah, it's gotten crazy. I know.
Yeah, but anyways, like I said, we're off track.
Yeah,
but well, we appreciate you coming on, and we enjoyed your movies, and we're definitely going to keep up with you in your movies.
And speaking of, how can people get a hold of you? Like Twitter, Facebook?
I am. You know it. Unfortunately, because it's stressful. It's like a job, and it is all me. Like, unfortunately, I am very active on social media. You guys know that. And so on Twitter and Instagram, it's at Brooke Lewis LA. And same thing on Facebook, although it's the fan page on Facebook. But I do check, and thank you everyone for posting lovely comments all the time. And so, but yeah, really active on Twitter, Brooke Lewis LA. And then brookelewis.com is my press site. So you can see all the updated goodies on there and magazine covers and awards. And then my coaching site, if anybody is interested in our makeup, our hot mess books and clothing, is beyoubefearlesslifecoach.com.
Oh, there you go. Brooke, we appreciate you.
I'll try to be sure to put as much info as I can in the description of the video and
all the other
SoundCloud and all that.
I love it. You guys are awesome. I so appreciate the career support. I really do. And you guys taking interest in all our fun stuff. And, definitely also shout out again when you guys have time. I know you watch a million films, but go back and watch like I Murderers and Polycarp Kinky Killers and Sinatra Club. I mean, there's some really good films as well that before the economy crashed, when we used to get money for movies, it's pretty damn good. And we shot on 35, and imagine that, but it's a different world now. So, but when you guys have time, check those out too, and all the Starship films would be great. And that's it. But thank you again, and I say you guys have a great day. And
real quick, I want to
Anson, Donnie,
yeah, sorry.
No,
a 3D Killer Axe movie.
3D.
That would be hilarious. That would be, maybe they'll do part 2. That would be hilarious.
In 3D.
I love it.
Because was it Piranha Triple D or Double D or whatever?
Oh my God, yes
3D.
it was.
So, that was kind of a low budget
3DD.
movie, wasn't it? That wasn't a...
Yes, 3DD. In fact, there was oh my gosh, didn't Gallagher direct that? Did John Gallagher direct the 3DD? They're dear friends of mine. Diane, his wife, is a good friend of mine. I think he directed the 3DD.
So, if you can get a low budget movie can do 3D, we can get a Killer Axe 3D.
That's right.
That's
right.
So, hey,
that's
Doc,
right.
You got it pulled up. We're gonna go out to her music.
Oh my God!
Come on, pull it up. We're gonna dance the way out of this.
All right, Jim Jam and Johnny, go dance, go shake the booty.
All right, thank you, Brooke. Have a good day.
You gotta shake it with us, though.
All right, I'm in. I'm doing the butt.
Here we go.
Doing the butt. Remember that song?
Have a good one, Brooke.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys. Thanks so much. Take care. Talk soon. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. So that was us, our dance party on the outro. It's the...
The one-hit wonder, Brooke Lewis. That's a Latin freestyle remix, guys. I don't know. I had to look that up. when I found out that she was a one-hit wonder in 1996, I was like,
Hell
what?
yeah, we
Are
got
you
to make
freaking
that
for real? And she calls, and we're listening to the song. And I just pulled it up, and we're laughing. And she's like, "Are you already laughing at me?" I was like,
No.
"We were actually listening to your one-hit wonder, and we thought it would be weird if we pulled it up and answered the phone and we were listening to this song." So that was Brooke Lewis, and a really nice person. Great. She does a lot for women. I mean,
Oh yeah.
as far as everything goes. So, go check her out, like at Brooke Lewis LA, Twitter, or brookelewis.com, and
Like we said, we'll have it all in the description.
yeah, it'll be in the
so-
description. And guys, we hope you enjoyed this. And if you know her or if you've heard of her before we did, let us know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, tweet at her on Twitter and stuff. She loves to hear, y'all talk.
yeah, and if you haven't heard of her before this, let her know you heard of her from us.
Pretty much, yeah.
That'd be awesome. That helps support us a lot.
So, that's all we got. Yeah.